231 BC. Rome enters the Greek world. The history of humanity is full of wars, conquests, and shifting empires, but few events were as decisive as Rome's conquest of Greece. The fall of the Greek city-states and kingdoms to Rome not only changed the political map of the Mediterranean, but also reshaped culture, philosophy, and trade for centuries to come. In this video, we will explore the story of Rome's involvement in Greek affairs, from the rise of Macedon and the ambitions of Philip V, to the fall of the Antigonid dynasty and the imposition of Roman control. This is a story of war, diplomacy, cunning strategy, and cultural integration that shaped the ancient world forever. Rome enters the Greek world. The stage is set in 231 BC, a time when the Mediterranean was a turbulent web of kingdoms, alliances, and conflicts. The Roman Republic, fresh from its naval victory over Carthage in the First Punic War, had begun looking eastward, seeking new territories and opportunities for influence. Rome's attention first turned to the Illyrian coast, where piracy under Queen Tota threatened trade and Roman merchants. Tuta had succeeded her late husband King Agron and expanded Illyrian raids across the Adriatic. Rome, unwilling to tolerate threats to its commerce, sent envoys to demand an end to piracy. Tuta's refusal led to military intervention. By 229 BC, Roman forces decisively defeated Tuta's navy, enforcing a peace treaty heavily favoring Rome. This victory marked the beginning of Rome's influence in the Greek world, demonstrating that the Republic would act decisively against any challenge to its interests. The rise of Macedon and Philip V. Meanwhile, in Macedon, King Philip V sought to rebuild his kingdom after previous setbacks. Ambitious and opportunistic, Philip began expanding his territory, eyeing neighboring states and exploiting Roman preoccupations elsewhere. Philip's ambitions coincided with the chaos of the Second Punic War, when Hannibal's campaigns against Rome created the illusion of a vulnerable republic. Philip sought alliances and expected Hannibal's success to validate his conquests. Encouraged by the turmoil, he renewed hostilities in the Second Macedonian War, threatening Greek stability. Early in the war, Macedon experienced some tactical successes, but Rome's disciplined armies and strategic flexibility soon turned the tide. The Romans were able to counter the famous Macedonian phalanx, a formation that had dominated Greek battlefields for centuries. The Battle of Cynoscephalae and Roman triumph. The decisive engagement came at the Battle of Cynoscephalae. Here, the Macedonian phalanx, though strong in direct confrontation, was rigid and vulnerable to maneuvering attacks. The Roman legions, known for their adaptability, exploited gaps in the phalanx and used coordinated flanking tactics to achieve a stunning victory. King Philip V suffered a humiliating defeat, forced to relinquish control of Greece and accept Roman terms. This battle illustrated Rome's ability to combine tactical innovation with disciplined soldiering. It was a turning point. Rome had proven that it could challenge and defeat one of the most respected military powers in the Mediterranean. Rome's strategic expansion. Following this victory, Rome consolidated its influence over Greece, but conflicts continued. The Republic engaged in campaigns against the Seleucid Empire and the Aetolian League, using a combination of military force and political diplomacy. Rome mastered the art of divide and rule, exploiting rivalries between Greek city-states and leagues. By supporting friendly factions while neutralizing opponents, Rome ensured its dominance with minimal prolonged warfare. The Third Macedonian War eventually concluded with the Battle of Pydna in 168 BC, where the Roman army decisively defeated King Perseus, the last of the Antigonid dynasty. Macedon was dismantled, and the surviving factions were brought under Roman provincial control. The Achaean League, which had resisted Roman domination, was also dissolved. governance, and cultural integration. Rome's conquest was not only military but also administrative and cultural. After defeating Greek resistance, Rome implemented governance systems that ensured control while allowing Hellenistic culture to flourish. Greek cities retained local customs, arts, and education, while Roman law and taxation established political order. This combination of military strength and cultural accommodation created stability and allowed Hellenistic traditions to influence Roman society, from philosophy and literature to architecture and religion. Rome's policy of incorporating Greek knowledge, rather than suppressing it, laid the foundation for the Roman appreciation of art, learning, and science, which would later be integral to Western civilization. The legacy of Rome's conquest. The conquest of Greece showcases Rome's strategic genius, the ability to combine diplomacy, tactical flexibility, and cultural integration. Rome didn't simply conquer territory, it neutralized rivals, absorbed knowledge, and created a lasting administrative structure that would influence the Mediterranean for centuries. Through battles, alliances, and political maneuvering, Rome ensured long-term dominance while allowing the Greek cultural legacy to thrive. This dual approach of control and assimilation became a hallmark of Roman imperial strategy. Rome's conquest of Greece reminds us that power is not achieved by force alone. Strategy, diplomacy, and the ability to adapt are equally important components of lasting dominance. From the early confrontations with Illyrian piracy to the decisive battles against Macedon, Rome demonstrated an extraordinary capacity to learn from its enemies, refine its military systems, and exploit political divisions among rival states. Roman leaders understood that victory on the battlefield was only the beginning. Securing alliances, imposing favorable treaties, and maintaining influence through governance were what truly transformed conquest into control. This combination of calculated warfare and intelligent statecraft allowed a relatively young republic to overcome older, more established powers. The story of Greece's conquest by Rome is therefore more than a sequence of wars. It is a lesson in leadership, patience, and long-term vision. Rome did not merely replace Greek authority, it absorbed Greek knowledge, philosophy, and cultural achievements, blending them into its own identity. This cultural fusion strengthened Roman society and helped shape the intellectual foundations of Europe and the Mediterranean world for centuries. In many ways, Rome's greatest triumph was not the defeat of its enemies, but its ability to transform conquest into cooperation, turning former rivals into contributors to a broader civilization that would influence history long after the battles had ended. If you enjoyed this journey, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned as we continue uncovering the legendary tales that define Rome's enduring influence in history.